neighborhood is shit. It's not as bad as it used to be, though. You know. Anyway, hey, I was thinking, you know, calendars aren't exactly up to date around here, but I've been thinking, and I'm pretty sure that this week, yeah, maybe give or take a day or two, is the second anniversary of me crawling out of that fucking vault. 2 years in this wasteland, man. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, that's 2 years without you. More than that. This whole thing is so unreal. You know, but the sad thing is that every day it concerns me less. I think about it less, you know what I mean? Like, this is the way I live now. Anyway, so I don't know. Happy anniversary to me. Anyway, big plans today. I'm gonna go out and do some scrapping, you know, like I do every damn day. I also need to find the new place to set up some water treatment plants. I don't know, my other ones were destroyed when downtown became a war zone. Well, more of a war zone than it was previously anyway. That wiped out a lot of my shit, including my place over in the theater district. Oh, you would have liked that place. Babe, it was right across the street from the theater. Oh, man. You would have loved that. Anyway, I'm trying to rebuild it, but it's a work in progress. I'm really short of supplies, and getting out to get stuff right now is pretty dangerous. So I'm taking it easy, being real careful, you know. Anyway, that's what I got planned for today. Big day, you know. Anyway, I might get drunk later too. That's what I was thinking. Anyway, I hope you're doing all right. I don't even know why I say that. You're out there somewhere. Thinking about you all the time, you know that? Anyway, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Welcome, dear viewers, to Couch Warrior TV on YouTube. I am the Couch Warrior, and you are watching St. Billy. We are back for another live stream. Hopefully, you are all doing well. So, I've got a few things on the agenda I want to try and accomplish today, but we'll see how far we get. I don't think we're going to do any questing today. We are working on the railroad quest line. However, I think tonight what we need to do is Billy needs to reestablish his control over the water business here in the wasteland. So we are going to go and scout out some places that might be good candidates. For a secret water treatment base. For those of you who followed the first portions of his adventure, you know that that was kind of a significant thing that he was doing. Billy has brought basically two things to the wasteland. Well, three things, if you count all the killing. So he's brought purified water he's brought rock and roll music, and he's brought vengeance. So, all of those things. Now, as the Hey Nora segment alluded to, downtown has become sort of a dangerous place. A lot of his resources have been eliminated, and he's having to rebuild them from scratch. But that's what he's doing. So, before we do that, let's get him ready for action, and we're going to review a couple of upgrades to the game since you and I all got together last. Let's just make sure we're ready to go. All armored up, as it were. All right. That's good. Okay, so I've made a few upgrades since last time. All right. One of the things that it was just kind of a lot of housekeeping stuff. One of the things that I needed to get in place was visible weapons. So we've got visible weapons now, right? Okay. So I only have the models I need for 2 weapons at the moment. So Billy's sidearm and his sniper rifle are visible. But as you know, we've also got a double-barreled shotgun that he keeps on hand as kind of an emergency or backup weapon. And then we also have our MP40, trusty MP40. Okay. So that is definitely still in play. I also put some stuff around here just to sort of emphasize the fact that he's been stocking up on things. So I added some clutter, around here. A shopping cart and a dolly, these are the things that, he might use to run supplies around, stuff like that. Put up some posters, some miscellaneous supplies around. I also added some extra lighting. I went back and reviewed the last live stream, and it was just incredibly dark, and I haven't figured out how to address that problem yet. The display settings in Fallout aren't going to do it. If I'm going to adjust the lighting, I'm going to have to do it using an E&B or something like that. So I think what I'm going to do today is we're going to try to do as much of our adventuring during the day as we possibly can and sleep at night. And then I've added some, strategically placed lights throughout the place here. So I'm hoping that will help. So you'll probably see some extra clutter. The other thing I did was made some customizations. I made a custom poster for Billy's radio station, Radio Free Boston. Freedom is calling, motherfuckers. All right. So that's new. And I can actually put those posters up just about anywhere I want to. So you'll definitely see posters up around Billy's the neighborhoods where Billy has set up his bases. Okay. And so what I'm going to try to do is he is going to build different custom propaganda posters for his radio station that he'll distribute in different parts of the city, where he's trying to get the word out. And speaking of radio stations, I also have Billy's custom radio station back up and running, which I'm very excited about. He's commandeered the classical music station. He has set up a powerful enough antenna and broadcast system on the top of Trinity Tower that he can override the Institute's classical radio broadcast with his own, which is kind of fun. And we can adjust this here. So it features 25 looping songs, and they vary from surfer rock, blues, punk rock, rockabilly, all that good stuff. Okay, so we are going to hit the road. And so anytime I deploy a radio inside my bases, I can tune in the classical station as well. And that's what we get. That's Billy's radio station, Radio Free Boston. Okay, so we are going to explore an area of the map that we haven't yet. Now, last time I set up, I set up my water treatment system, the water purification system. I had a model where I set up a lot of different ones across the wasteland in different areas. What that required of me is that I run around a lot from place to place, collecting water, and then Billy would sell that water to the populace. It was, giving the populace fresh water is his way of contributing. However, that model doesn't work great. I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try and change my model here a little bit. I'm going to look for a place where I can set up a larger operation so that I can make one trip out there, collect a lot of water, and then distribute it, as opposed to having to do big loops around the wasteland to gather water from all these different places. This means that I need to find a spot that obviously has access to water, but is also easy for me to conceal when I'm not there, and easy for me to defend when I am. We're also limited by the fact that we can't build in areas where there are already vanilla settlements nearby. Conquest won't let us do that. So my thought was, it doesn't make a lot of sense for us to build anything along here, right? Because this is going to be salt water. Then we got to deal with desalination as well. So we're best off going in this area or along the Charles River here, where the water is presumably fresher. It's fresh water, not salt water. And so I'm looking for places where there are overpasses here. So we got a train trestle here, a small bridge here, right? This area downtown, I built one along this freeway overpass last time that was really great. It was my favorite one ever. But I don't want to repeat that. So I'm thinking about going out this way. As you can see, we don't have any markers out here. We haven't explored this direction at all. So I'm thinking this might be a good spot. I know there is a vanilla settlement out here somewhere. So we'll have to go out that way and just see where it is, and then make our decision from there. All right. A little disclaimer for this evening, you guys. I am in the throes of the COVID right now, and it causes me to be short of breath sometimes. It hasn't been a giant problem, but I haven't been spending a lot of time talking. As you can imagine, walking around in my apartment alone, I don't do a lot of talking. So we're just going to see how I feel. If I get to a point where I'm feeling like, this isn't working, we'll cut it for the night, cut my losses, and we'll move on. Okay. But I would like to continue to stream as long as I can and keep it reasonable. So, now that we've got our radio station up, we may just take some music breaks while we're traveling around, So, okay. All right. All right, let's get going. It's looking sort of nasty here. All right, let's see how we fare with the roof hopping this time. Actually, all right, this jump I didn't make it last time. Well, I did make it, but not on the first try. So let's give it a shot. I'm not going to make it. Yeah, it's because I wasn't sprinting. He's short of breath too. Let's try it again. I hate dying. Takes forever. I thought I F5'd there, did I not? Guess I didn't. Thought I F5'd, but I did not. The thing I hate about this is the run is too fast and the walk is too slow. I've tried some augmentation mods and they never seem to be like the right pacing. And so I've kind of given up on those, gone back to the default, just because I dislike everything I've encountered so far.
What the fuck was that?
Okay, this one we did a jet boost last time. So let's do a jet boost.
I swear I must be going crazy. Should've just run.
Playing games with me.
Hell yeah!
A lawful use of deadly force.
I'm just getting
Please
started.
direct
Need some cover
complaints to
fire
your
over here.
commencing attack on hostile target. Situation normal. Law and order has been restored.
All right. There he is right there.
I got all day.
God, I got all day.
Disappearing act, huh? Time to reel him in.
Intruder not make any identify yourself against law breaker. Attention, citizens. You may now resume your normal activities.
Oh, there's two of them. All right, we're going to scooch behind them here. Okay, let's try this now. I've got this walking augmentation. Gives us a little bit of a speed boost. All right, so this is all unexplored territory for us. Small target. Oh, shit. Look at this shit. All right. This is where we move on. We let the Horde take those raiders, and we scoot around the other way. That's what we do here. Now that's one thing here, because we're in new territory. The feral hordes are still going to be running rampant around here, so we got to really be on our guard. Pre-war money. Basically the closest thing we have to toilet paper. So, yeah. Shit. There's nothing like wiping your ass on Benjamins. That's sort of poetic in a way. Alright, let's see if we can send this hill. Now, this is a pretty dangerous trip at this point, but eventually, if we make the trip enough times, we can make it into a fairly safe journey. It's just going to take us some time. I really want to raid that place right now. Let's see if we can have a look here. Oh, shit. You know, there's really not much point. Why do people try to set up trade here? I mean, 9 out of 10 people she's going to deal with here are nasty. They're just nasty motherfuckers who'd soon kill you than pay you. Especially out here. Outside any walls or anything? Makes no sense. All right. I'm gonna get in here. Okay, regroup. It's gotta be a yogi, right? Yeah, get on up there, you bastard. Get up there. I think there was more than one. Do not waste. And we gotta keep our eyes open here. The other thing that I plan to do before the next live stream is I'm going to tweak Endless War because I want fewer robots. I want fewer robots and more humanoid enemies. And I need to get back in there and do some more tweaking to make that happen. So I just didn't get to it. I got a lot of stuff done before this stream that I wanted to knock off the list, but that was one of those that I didn't. All right, we are not going through this fucking tunnel right here. Guaranteed. Let me get to some high ground here. Shit, ferals. Lots of ferals. Fuck. You take 'em, shitheads. Shit. Okay, we are out of 10mm ammo. That's great. All right, everyone take a deep fucking breath. Quick save. I knew it was going to be nasty out here. I fucking knew it. Aye, aye. Okay. All right. We need to explore this area. Let's make sure we know where this lets out so we can control the space. Okay, this must... into the tunnel here. Man, we wasted a lot of ferals there. Let me guess, a rad stick. Poor animals. Just hang on a second. I got to adjust my mouse arm here. It's going to get a little wonky. Okay. That's the problem with ferals. They do not discriminate. You find yourself a cute little kitty, they will kill that. You have a favorite puppy, they will kill that. You have a toy you really love, something like that, they'll smash it. You got no respect for nothing. Surprise, motherfucker. Okay. Whew. Everybody. Drink some beer. If you're not of age, drink root beer. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, come on here. Wow, these nasty bastards. This is how I got cornered in Trinity Tower for a very long time. Quit moving your head. Oh, man. Hello, friend. Oh, jeez. Man, the fates do not want us to get past this damn bridge. And look at there. There's a whole bunch of bugs over here. Ah. Clearing a path. At least we're trying. Oi. God, it gets tense. It gets tense, my friends. Especially when I don't have my buzzsaw going. There's more of them. I'm so close to taking out the entire horde at this point. The horde in this area, I mean. I would like to be thorough if possible. Bridges mean landmines, so let's be vigilant here.
come find you.
So we got raiders
Everything looks green.
and ferals. Wow, this is Brotherhood of Steel we took out here. Interesting. Now let's look at this for a second. My apparel is doing strange stuff on its own. See, my guns aren't linked anymore either, so it's not showing all my gear. This happened earlier in play testing too, and I'm not sure what the issue is with that. I'm going to have to investigate that further. All right, let's go. There's an overlook here. There's a behemoth over there. All right, just to make sure that you guys can continue to see what I'm doing, we're going to head back to that bridge area we cleared out. Let's see what's going on here.
Ah, man, come back! I was having fun.
Oh, whoa, that's a courser. That's an Institute courser. I would love it if he just would move on. Institute coursers are kind of nasty. They're better than average fighters. They a lot of times have stealth boys, so they'll go invisible on you and trash you pretty good. Let's see if we can avoid this guy.
Combat initiated.
All right. I am getting the distinct impression that spending the night on this side of the river is not a good idea. The other side's probably not much better. But we're going to see if we can find a somewhat defensible spot, and we'll set up our own camp. Okay, this area is blocked off. Okay. That's our final defense, and this will be... That's going to be our warning shot right there. All right, we're going to pitch a camp here, and then in the morning, we're going to start looking around for a place. Let's have some apples and a noodle cup. Apples and ramen. All right, we're gonna get some sleep. 8:30. Blah blah blah. We'll do 10 hours. By then, it should be getting towards dawn. All right. Really? Is that how that works?
Engaging target.
It's empty too. All right, we're really screwed here, and I'm super annoyed. Motherfucker. God. That's stupid. Stupid.
Carry on, sir.
Okay. Well, if you and I are okay. Oh, shit. That was a bad place to camp, clearly. The things I do for you guys. Like how I laid that on you? Yeah. If it wasn't for the lighting thing, though, I wouldn't have camped here, honestly. But all right, there's more ferals. Okay, so I think we're going to go down this way. That place is a freaking nightmare. And that robot is a nightmare too. But that place is going to be packed with ferals, although those robots may have cleaned them out. Okay. Want that feral to move on. See, now what is this I got going on? It's all kinds of weird stuff. All right. Let's head down here. Now, in the past, I've set something up down here along this rock face, which is actually pretty defensible. And if I'm working down near the water level, all these rocks kind of hide me from all of the passing lunatics. So I can kind of work in peace. So I know that this is a viable spot for sure. And I think I could set something up here that was, if not hidden, at least fairly defensible. Now, the other option here is, again, hanging something off the bottom of the overpass here. Or both. This would be really viable, especially... Yeah, this actually might work. You know, the other thing I noticed, too, is that this chunk of the overpass is cut off from both sides. So if I can come up with a way to ascend this, this could be a great spot. Not to mention the fact that I could scrap that entire boat, what's left of it. There's a lot of steel there. There's a lot of steel and resources, I presume, up there, but also right up the hill here, there's an intersection of a couple of roads with quite a bit of junk here that I could salvage too. I think this is the spot. I think this is the spot. All right. So, I think the thing to do here is we're going to deploy a camp here. Now I need to figure out exactly where the camp is going to start, because wherever we put down that marker, our buildable area spreads out in a radius around it. So we've got to size up what the resources are here. We got a couple of cars there that would be awfully nice to get into our space. We're going to be able to build with a lot of wood. Ugh. Mr. Gutsies are fun. I love their lines. But they always show up at the worst times. Who's ready to get their ass kicked? Yeah. Yeah. I think this is going to be good. So I think I'm going to drop it right over here. Ah, there's a storm coming. Oh, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a nice fat storm. All right. All right. For those of you who haven't used Conquest before, it basically lets you build a settlement wherever you want. You start by putting down your campsite. Do that first. Okay. Now, once that's done, we go into the settings here, and we're going to deploy one of these guys. Now it's telling me that I am short a gear. No, I'm not. Okay, so let's put it right here. So where I stuck that bench is going to be the center. Okay, so I've got a finite number of these kinds of camps that I can make. So I've already built 2 of them. We're going to call this one... Garwood. This is going to be Garwood Outpost. All right. So now we can build in a fairly sizable radius around this thing. Yowza. Man, this is bad. Okay, so what we do is hold down the V key, and as long as we're inside that radius, which is actually quite large, it'll pop us into build mode here. So I'm going to start scrapping things. Wood and steel will primarily be our building materials, but even scrapping some piles of junk will help us get our hands on some resources like additional wood, cement, stuff like that. Piles of leaves, we can actually scrap those and sometimes find things in there. All right, so we've got a couple of cars, which is good. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to deal with that gutsy in a while here. All right, let's continue down the road and see if we can get those other cars that were down there. If they're inside of our radius. They might not be. There's one. Okay, you can kind of, in the dust storm, you can kind of see the wall. We're going to be outside of our build radius pretty quick here, so. All right, we can also scrap that boat. Scrapping the brambles in these plants will give us some visibility. Let's see if we can get this boat. I hope so. Would suck if we couldn't scrap it. Oh man, it might not be scrappable. Okay. That's all right. See what we can do down this way. So we're just going to gather up as many materials as we can. Some rubber. That's good. I've got quite a few add-ons. It takes a while for my workshop to load because I've got quite a few add-ons to allow me to build different things. All right, we're just going to have to go for it and get in this water. There it is. Got it. That's great. Perfect. So hopefully we got a good amount of steel out of that. I wasn't really paying attention. But I mean, one of the sets that I've got in here is a kit that would allow us to do things with rocks as well. So that could be kind of interesting. Now, looks like there's some more stuff in here. The other thing is we can... pick up. Okay. So, I think the first thing I want to do is I want to try to create some sort of a structure that will allow us to ascend this pylon onto what's left of the overpass there. That is an immensely defensible area. No one could get up there as long as we cut off access, which means we would be able to place all of our power up there, everything. It would be sheltered from anyone on the ground, and then we would just have to run power from up here down the pylon and into the water below, where we would have our purification units down here. So I'm really digging this a lot, but that means we're going to have to cross the river here, and we're going to have to do some on-the-sly building. So let's go stealth mode. Okay. There's some more stuff here that we can scrap too. So let's do that. Yeah, I see you guys talking about sim settlements. It's awesome. I've used it in the past and built some really fun stuff with it in the first iteration of this story. I'm hoping to use it again. It's really amazing how it works. Basically, it allows you to build the settlement, but then settlers kind of expand it on their own while you're away, which is kind of neat to see. All right, so this is going to be super janky at first, but our goal is to get up top and then build from the top down. And we're going to see what, if anything, is up there that we can scrap. So to start with, we're going to try to build sort of a switchback or wraparound stairway of some sort. Okay. What I'm trying to do is also not get shot in the back by robots when we're doing this. Okay, where is this going? Okay. Hope no one's afraid of heights. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of building in this video. I figured that would be something that I could do while I'm sort of feeling under the weather. That wouldn't be too taxing. But I did manage to do a Hey Nora segment, which is we're almost there. Further than I thought I would get. So it's pretty good. I'll take it. This one, I think, should snap in. There it goes. Okay. Yes, look at that. Now we are right up underneath the bridge deck. So we're going to double back now. Oh. Am I stuck now? Oh, yeah, I am. Okay, that's okay. We're going to do a TCL so we can squeeze through that, right? Okay. Oh, boy. There's a ton of scrap up here. We can turn off God mode, too. Oh, you guys, this is gonna be good. I'm excited about this. All right, here we go. Up. Yes. Ha. Did it. And look at this. Oh, the more we can scrap and steal, the better. This is amazing. I was hoping there'd be good stuff up here. All right. I'm thinking about this bus. We wouldn't necessarily have to scrap the bus. We could actually use the bus for shelter. That might actually be a good deal for us. We'll use the bus for shelter temporarily until we get things built out, and then we can scrap it if we need the extra steel. Okay, so that is pretty good. F5. Let's save here. All right. Okay. Let's check this bus, see if we can actually get onto it. Yeah, we can. Yeah, look at this, man. It's like a ready-made shelter. We can set up a bag in here, a little impromptu campsite, and we can work from this space. That is going to be great. I knew we'd find something good out here, you guys. I knew it. Now, the vines, I can scrap the vines too, but I'm not going to. I'm going to keep the vines. Sometimes we can use those to our advantage to hide our access points, different things like that. And now we should be able to build our way down in relative safety, at least until we start getting closer to the bottom. So eventually, that workbench down there, once we've got a good access point here, I will haul that up. But first, we need to figure out how are we going to get up and down from this space. What I'd love to have... Look at all these robots. Yeah, I got to get the robots out of here. Too many. We could access it from this area, just, you know, straight up stairway. That seems too easy, though. Like, our enemies could come up that way as well. The same is true for the cable-operated elevators and stuff. I mean, I think our enemies could use those as well. I want to try to be a bit more clever than that, and it may take some trial and error to figure that out. All right. This is a much worse drop-off. I'm thinking maybe access from the other side might be better. This area is... This is right where our pylon is, right? Yeah. I'm thinking of some kind of a walkway that hugs the underside of this thing. That could be interesting. So, I think to start with, I am going to build a platform here that everything can be based off of to start with. So let's do that. Maybe I don't need a platform here. Maybe I do. This gets tricky. Okay, so to start with, we're going to do an inspection of the underside of this. I mean, I guess I could build some kind of a spiral staircase or something around this pylon. I could certainly run power along it and stuff like that. That would just require that we set up defenses. And then I could make some kind of a platform with an extending catwalk at the end, which would be sort of the final step. There's really no other way that I can think of. I think I just need to do that. All right, well, let's start looking through our kit. See what we got. We could always fortify the base of the staircase. The problem is all the staircases tend to be straight, right? So going around the pylon is going to be sort of difficult. It makes me feel like I would be almost better off building some kind of a platform or staircase that goes up and then travels along the bottom and up this way. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to start here. And first of all, let's take a look and see how far we could get using one of these bad boys. All right, this gets us kind of right up into the base. Almost too high for what we need. And it's getting me stuck now, too. Whatever I do, I want to feel like it's legit, like it's supported, you know, in some way. And this piece here, it's like all one unit. So I can't modify it in any way. Okay, so let's scrap that again. So what is this one? Scaffolding tower. Is this one even higher? What I notice is that some of these have, you know, railings on them that you can't remove, right? Which makes it sort of inconvenient to jump off. So I sort of need to build my own from scratch, I think. All right. We can start with that. And then build from there. Okay, so then these things, I think I can double up on these, right? So if I snap one in there, I think I can snap another one there like that. Here we go. So it looks like things are somewhat supported. Okay, now if I do another stairway the same size, I think that's going to be too tall. So let's... Okay, now, can I add one on top of this one below? Yes, I can. Can I? Yes. Okay, so this is kind of a temporary way for us to get up and down. TCL is great and all that stuff for when you're constructing things, but it's not foolproof either. There's sometimes when, you know, you've used TCL that you can no longer select items and you got to go in and out of it all the time, and it becomes a real pain in the ass. So having a way for us to get up and down is good. These robots are a pain in the ass. They're making it hard for me to build. Let's take our level. I think what I want to do is, can I take another level in gun nut? I can't. All right, so I guess we can invest in the pistol. Doesn't help me too much at the moment. Was I not in God mode? Guess not. Pain in the ass. I can turn those off. So let's just do that so we can do some fucking building here. This is miscellaneous. Is it? Here. Okay, after a while, they'll all go away. I'm not happy with this. But it occurs to me that I may have another kit that would do some interesting things here. So let's try it. Okay, Industrial Catwalk. This has some options in it. with curves. See? Look at this. That makes me curious here. This would work. See how much this curve actually fits the pylon. See, this is the halfway point of the pylon. If we want to get it symmetrical, right? Let's look at that. I feel like this could fit nicely. Okay. So then we have, I think, a ramp. Let's try one of these guys. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm starting to get excited about this now. I feel like this could be super nice. Now, it's going to be goddamn obvious that something's going on here. It's not going to be exactly the hidden kind of thing that I normally like to do. However, we could certainly make it defensible, I think. All right, so let's... These are stairs. I'm pretty sure what I want is a ramp. I know there's ramps here because I've used them. Wait. Industrial catwalk lift. What is this? Huh? Okay, I don't know what that is. Okay, I know there's a ramp here. Why am I missing it? It's an end cap. So the concrete. It says ramps and stairs, but catwalk. Oh, here we go. What I want is, I think, a smaller one like this. Okay. Or, gosh, let's set that aside for a minute. Maybe if I just do another curve, I can get right around this thing. The thing is, with this pylon, it's wider at the base than it's going to be later. So I need to see what is going to work. Industry catwalk, side 1, main. Yeah, but it has to go up, right? Duh. I don't want to go all the way, just keep going straight around. That's why I need a smaller ramp. I need like a little short ramp. course, at this rate of ascent, it may take me forever to get around. All right. So, what do we do here? We take this guy, set it aside. Okay, what if we go up here? Now, where does this get us? Okay, whatever it is we do, it's going to be far from perfect. So let's just put something together. I want to try to hug this thing as much as possible, but you see I'm doing like a really big arc around it now. So we could lessen that by removing this, but then we're only ascending half as fast, which could be a problem too. I don't know. So we'll see. Let's just give it a shot. See what happens. Yeah, how far does this go? So here I need to ascend again. So I'm thinking maybe here we go up a little bit. A big part of this is really just, I feel like, messing around with the tools until you kind of figure out what's working and what's not. And so there's a good chance that I will change this multiple times before everything's all said and done, but okay, and then I guess here we could try one of these prefabs instead, right? Like one of these guys. Okay, all right. Can double back. All right, so now we're actually lined up in such a way that our big old curve going back the other direction actually, well, yeah, it's getting us out quite a ways. Okay, so we take that, and we're going to give ourselves a little extra distance by finding our short ramp again. This was this guy. Let's do a little test here. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're slicing into the pylon a little bit here. So let's do this one. Okay, catwalk circle, main side. Is this an even tighter arc? Yeah, that's a tighter arc. Still. Okay. So we go up a little bit more, right? This has got to be so exciting for you guys. I'm sure you're really glad you tuned in. Now, this whole section, I might be able to actually remove it by picking one of those pieces that's a smaller, tighter arc. One of the things I did not realize was that those were at maybe tighter turning radiuses, but I don't know. Oh, and this has got a dead end on it too, so that one's not going to work for us. As a quick experiment, let's take that, set it aside. I just want to try one of these and see what it actually looks like. It's definitely tighter radius. At some point, you need to figure out when you're going to go up, though, and it's the ascending, which you can't do on a curve. So you can only ascend on a straightaway, which creates a little bit of an issue. Yeah, and that messes that up. Okay. Oh, yeah. It's got another rail on that one. That's what the difference is between those. I couldn't really tell what the difference was. Now I know. Okay. So I'm just going to scrap that one for now. Now, another small ramp. Boy, this is so nice to be able to do this and not be shot at the same time. This is a treat, people. Now, once I get this all laid out and I figure out what's actually happening here, there are supports I can use to. I'll go around and add supports to everything to make it look like it all belongs, you know, like it all fits together. And now, see, this is nice and symmetrical with what I've built below. So let's have a look at that real quick. If I go to the bottom of these stairs and I look straight up, everything meets up here, right? So in order to keep things going in that fashion, what I need to do is use one of these. Okay. I can do the same here. This should fit right in there. Yep. Okay. Cool. All right, now it's Koivicha time. Koivicha of the Oath. Okay, now on these, we do the short. Now we're in rhythm. Okay. And we want a railing on both sides, if you please. Okay. How close are we getting? Now this might be totally insane by the time we're done with it, but We'll see how it looks. You guys are not able to see? Is that what I'm hearing? It's so crazy, right? I mean, the monitor that I have, the monitor that I play on is really bright, and that kind of throws off my perception of what you guys are seeing. And I think the problem is that what I've got is a refurbished monitor, and none of the adjustment controls on it work. It's just kind of got one setting, which is as bright as it can frickin' be, which I really don't like. I need a really good monitor, but it's, you know, can't really afford that right now. So, turn my light on for now. Okay. That'll help a little bit. Still not terrific. Okay. I mean, this is almost symmetrical. What I wish is I wish there was a way that once I was done constructing something like this, that I could bind the whole thing together and then move it as a unit. And I don't think that there is a way to do that, because I could build this, and then once it was all done, I could make sure that it was centered around the pylon here as much as possible. Again, the pylon is kind of swooping forward, and it's more narrow now, so we're seeing a lot of difference here, right? I haven't made any adjustments in my catwalk setup, though, because I still need to try to ascend at a decent clip. We're already looping this thing like 3 or 4 times. So now what I could do, I wonder, on some of these ascending ones, well, that's going to mess things up too. Let's stick with a plan for now, and then I can make adjustments later. For now, all we're really doing is testing a theory. So right. Okay, let's size up where we're at here. Now I'm wondering if I'm at a point where I could cut in more. What would happen if I did that? Could I get away with it? Ah. Nope. Can't get away with it yet. Let's see what happens if we were to go our own way. So I think what I need to do is find a way for us to be coming up here at this level. So now, wonder if I could hang a hard right and get a catwalk right in between there. If there'd be enough headroom. That could be interesting. Let's take a look at that. See if that would work. That could be a fun way to deal with that. What I would need is a shorter forward run. Like this, maybe. Then I need to make a hard right. Just for shits and giggles. Let's see what happens. It's actually kind of surprising when you look at this. It's not that far off when you consider how many times we looped around this pylon. It's damn near symmetrical. So okay, that clips into the side. That's pretty nice. All right, I feel like there's a lot of pieces here that I am going to have to replace later, but that's okay. Right now, it's about, I'm trying to get the sizing and the spacing right. Oh yeah. This headroom is going to be an issue here. So let's try a little experiment. So if we were to go straight across here, could I get under? Oh yeah. Okay, so I can get clearance that way. Interesting. Yeah. reckon I could actually curve here. Nuts. All right, we need that shorty here. Thinking. Okay, I'm thinking we need to get more rampy with it here. Maybe something like that. I wonder if stairways ascend more rapidly. Probably not, huh? Probably going to be the same. Is that what I need or not? No, it is not. I love the little engineering challenges of this. I love building stuff in Fallout. It's pretty satisfying. I am going to try... one of those there for now. And yeah, see, these are narrower. That's fine. We're going to clean this all up later, so try not to get too crazy about it. Okay, yeah, the stairways ascend the same rate as the ramps do. So if we make an adjustment here, I think Billy must have a sappy side. He's got some ballads on his radio station. Okay, this gets us a lot closer. There's still this hop up here. What I want to do is I want to make it like nice and clean. Because what that's going to allow me to do is if I can, come up at the right level, I can use more of these panels to just create a whole platform here that is nice and clean. And there's some other tricks that I can use to make it look like segments of this thing are suspended from the bottom of the bridge as well. So it doesn't all have to be supports from the bottom up. We can suspend things as well, I think, with the right pieces. That is a lot of loop-de-loops. Wait a second. Look at that. Oh, no. That means everything was off by a bit. However, that might be just the extra distance we need to make it work at the top. Okay. How are we doing here? Yeah, that messes with us here, so let's just keep going around. Oh, look at that. Okay. Come on now. Get over here. You get away. There we go. You also get away. You know, I know it's just a game, but the heights still bother me a little bit. Is anyone else bothered by that ever? Oh, yeah, much closer. Not bad, not too shabby. Okay, we're going to make a save here. Okay. There we go. That is much closer. Now, off camera, I will go through and make a whole crap ton of changes to this to get everything kind of lined up how I need it to be. And it's clear to me also that making some minimal adjustments at the bottom will make the outcomes at the top what I would like them to be. So I can do that. I can do that same routine I just went through again with no issues. What I would do is I'd start by adjusting this stairway up. And it wouldn't have to come up much. Just up a couple of ticks, right? And then if I adjust everything else all the way up, the top piece will come out nice and neat on the roadway above. And then once I have it all lined up how I want, I'll go in and I'll put in all the supports and we'll make it look acceptable. Now, in a way, having this space around the pylon is actually kind of an interesting thing. I think this is going to be good because we are going to have generators up above and we're going to be running our power lines all down here to the bottom, right? And so we'll be able to go all along these catways, setting our power lines and everything. It'll make it really cool. I think the thing that we'll have to do is figure out how to defend it from the bottom here. Because with this much infrastructure required just to get up there, I mean, that's a lot going on, right? And so I'm going to be looking for ways I can simplify that even further. There may be ways that I could take a couple of turns out of that by doing double inclines in some places. But regardless of how I do that, it's going to be super prominent. Like anybody walking along the road is going to be able to see all of this infrastructure. So suddenly it goes from being sort of a secret water purification plant to being a heavily fortified plant, which is fine. It's just a different approach, you know? Anyway, that's what I know about that. So there's some other things we can scrap here. So all of this stuff can go. Yeah, the building is just lots of trial and error, I feel like. That's kind of how I do it. I'm looking for the right place to build, but the right way to build. So if I'm looking at this, I mean, it's damn near centered. But again, probably doesn't matter much. All right. So this guy, that can go. So somewhere in here we can put in one, maybe two retractable catwalks as well. That might be sort of interesting. Although one of the problems that we have with a retractable catwalk is that it doesn't have any sort of remote control type, no way to remotely control it, right? So the catwalks are awesome if you're already in the base, but if you're approaching the base, you've got to make a run and jump across the opening, which isn't too bad, but it would be nice if there was a way to activate that, in a secure fashion so that your enemies couldn't do the same thing. Okay. Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to camp out in the bus. And then we'll take another quick look around in the daylight. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to call it a night. Okay? I need to try to be a reasonable person. Being a reasonable person is not always my forte. So I just need to try harder. Oh, wow. Just give it a couple hours. All right, let's have a look. See what we're done here. Like I said, I wasn't. It wasn't part of my plan to build like a super heavily fortified water treatment plant, but it looks like that's what we're going to do. Okay, so I think what you guys can expect from me going forward is if I do stream, I'm going to continue to stream Billy. And it's going to be a combination of story streams and building streams because I like both. And I'm going to have plenty of time just hanging out with nothing better to do but build. So for those of you who are interested in building, throw in and you can kind of see how this thing transforms. But I promise you that I will also space in there a few story ones too. We'll try to get more story episodes in than we do building ones because I'll do a lot of the building off camera too. I'll share some of that with you. But all of this, of course, depends on how I feel, right? So I'm going officially into week 2 now of coronavirus. I was just diagnosed officially today. And now is the time when I'm starting to experience, the shortness of breath and the fatigue and the tiredness and all this kind of stuff. So how much I do will depend just on how I'm feeling. All right. So they're going to be pop-up streams. There's no way around that, but it is what it is. If I am feeling up to it and I'm playing, I will try to stream for you guys. So I would expect there might be a stream or two over the weekend if I'm feeling good. And then we'll see what happens after that. My goal would be when I recover from this thing, knowing that there will still be many people out there who are in the throes of it, I will continue to stream and provide as much entertainment and escape as I can for you folks. We're all in this together, and I will try to do my part to keep people distracted. This game is keeping me distracted. The building is a soothing thing. Listening to music and just building is super fun. It's like solving a puzzle. It's like playing with Legos, and I love it. So it's been working for me. We'll make it work for you. Anyways, I'm going to call it a night, you guys. This has been a lot of fun. I want to thank you all for joining, hanging out. I know I didn't interact much, but that's because I was focused, and I saw you guys were having lots of good conversation in there, and ultimately that's what this is all about. Getting together as a community and chatting, catching up, having fun, checking in on each other, and making sure everybody's okay. All right, you guys, I will talk to you later. You have a wonderful evening, and I will catch you in the next stream, which I suspect will be coming soon.